everyone, welcome back to A Million and One Stories. You know, I'm with my girls, Sierra and Letitia. And today we have a special guest, Derek, one of my old friends. I've known him since I think I was 18,
No,
19.
Oh wow.
younger. Go younger. I think about like
19?
16, 17. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Dang, yeah.
Mhm.
So
Damn, fuck, that's a long ass time. Yeah.
it is. And it's so funny. Like, it was just a long time ago, or not a long time ago, but a couple weeks ago, talking about like how time flies. But anywho,
Yeah.
um, thank you so much for coming today. I know you didn't want to turn your camera on to show the world your lovely face, but it's okay. We have your beautiful voice with us. And
Appreciate it.
so today we're going to be talking about peer pressure, and just any forms of peer pressure that you've ever encountered in life. It could be, peer pressure like in school, peer pressure at work. Oh my goodness. And, just any type of peer pressure. So what are your thoughts, guys? What do y'all, have y'all experienced peer pressure?
Pressures of work. Probably
Yeah.
anything to say it's like it's kind of hard to like as a grown man, you know what I mean, to be influenced by the peer like pressures of my peers. But I can identify it, and if I was like real I guess with a younger or impressionable mind, I would think peer pressure. I could get peer like I could get it like I could have peer pressure doing like the things like the worldly things. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? By the
Mm.
shit I see on social media, like like the guys that coming from the same neighborhood or coming from the same hood or just come from the same background of like, damn, them niggas up. But whole time, most of that shit be fake anyway. You know what I mean? A lot of guys be faking until they really make it. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I could really feel like, like an individual being impressionable over those type of things of like that, like I said, like through social media, I can see that being a like peer pressure.
Okay. I agree with that too. That's why I've deleted all my social media, guys. Like,
Oh, you
I
tried? You
don't,
still entertain?
Congratulations.
You tried?
yeah,
I
like
love that for
I
you.
mean, I see it on other people's stuff, you know what I mean? So it kind of pulls you in at that time. But
Mm-hmm.
like I've really taken a conscious effort to just delete it because I feel like it was addicting. Like I'd wake
Yeah.
up, Instagram, Facebook, okay, do I want to put another picture up? Okay, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not. Oh, maybe tomorrow. It's just like I don't I don't even want my life to be surrounded by stuff like that. And so thank you guys for, the encouragement and the love because I feel like that is a huge form of peer pressure right now for a lot of people. You know what I mean?
One
Especially the
for everyone,
kids,
for the
you
kids all
know?
the way to the adults.
Yeah,
Yes.
everyone has a phone.
Mm.
Everyone is looking at, oh, this person got these nice shoes, these nice pants, and I don't want to say it's all bad because there are some good things that do come from social media. Letitia, when we was on Instagram, I was always sending the funny videos, you know what I mean, or something that you could like really think about. But I I feel like some people use their power not in a good way and influence people in a way that could really hurt their mindset, their mental health, their everything. And there's no policing in that. There's
Yeah.
Nope.
policing in every single thing else. I mean, they're gonna pull you over, you know what I mean, for making a right at a red light, but they're not really policing, what is happening on the internet. And it's like really sad. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying they don't police at all, because I mean they do, something like this. But I would love to see, you know, some more love hands, hands with love, kindness within that area, because people going crazy.
Yeah.
But
And
go ahead.
No, what were you gonna say, Derek? What were you gonna say? I need a
I,
man's perspective on this, because I think I'm just showing a lot of motherly love. And you said it. You had said it. The social media. You know what I mean? So it's just like, different times.
But what I was about to say, like for me, for instance, I used to like use sometimes using social media as like a motivational, a form of motivation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm saying I like when I because like I said, like some of the stuff be facts, most of the stuff be cap, but at the end of the day, I just use social media just for a form of motivation and entertainment. You know what I mean? Because you gotta still keep in front of your mind that like this shit is really entertainment for when you bored. You know what I'm saying? The algorithm, especially when you got like if you know what you like and what type of lifestyle that you want to lead and that you type of lifestyle that you're interested in. So it's just really the algorithm based off of your interests. You know what I mean? So, but just like all that lovey-dovey shit is just like that shit ain't happening, Captain. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody ain't filled with love. You know what I mean? Where it was, was built that way. People's minds were built that way, but it's really not. And that's just that's just fact. You know what I'm saying? It's just that like you only thing you can control is what you can't control. You know what I'm saying? So you shouldn't really worry about all that, because people just got some like nasty ways and nasty mindsets, and you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. You know what I mean?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I have to jump in there because you just like smeared what I always say. Literally, I literally feel like it's lack of maturity, lack of growth, and also not really wanting to take accountability for certain stuff that people do, right? Because for me, I feel like first, you gotta be mindful of the type of, because we are gonna see or have some type of pressure, or we're gonna come across some type of pressure. It could be at work, school, with our family members, with ourselves. Sometimes, we fight that, but
even dating.
Right,
dating.
daily, literally. But the one thing that I think is so, like, if we tackle social media pressure, that alone reminds me of like high school pressure, right? Because it's like petty stuff. It's people who just don't want to grow up. It's people who want to be seen. It's people who want to show up, or people who never had the opportunity to be seen and want people to feel like, well, I'm better now. You know what I mean? So walk according to what I'm doing, or look at me now. It's just okay.
Look at me now. Hey, look at me now.
Which is fine. I mean, if that's what you want to do, yeah, they can look at you now, but don't come with that pressure of making other people feel less than because you came up, or because you finally were able to get out of a situation or something like that. I feel like for me, that we come across so many pressure. We talked about work pressure, you know what I mean? That alone is heavy. And I feel like and the reason I say maturity is because I feel like there's a lot of people in their mind who can't even comprehend that there's some stuff you shouldn't even have to entertain that all the time. You should be able to say to yourself, yo, I don't feel like dealing with this, or I don't feel like, becoming a poison to this society, or a poison to the people that I'm surrounding myself with, if that makes sense. Right. But there's some people, that's not an okay thing. It's like, oh, I want to be rude, or I want to be disrespectful, or I want to be I'm gonna belittle you, or I'm gonna make you feel less than, or I'm gonna, it's like if I don't one up you, I'm not happy. If I don't make you feel less than, then I'm not happy. It's like, yo, I'm not competing with you. I'm not out here to be impressed by the fact that if you are in love, like I literally like to, if I see people in love, I want to see people in love because I'm happy for you. That's you. That's your love. But you ain't got to make me feel like because I'm not in love, that means I'm lacking something or I'm less than. You know
Right.
what I
Or
mean?
something's
Like,
wrong.
no, if
Something's
I
wrong with
love to,
you. Yeah.
right. And if I love to dress up, that's me. I
Yeah.
like to dress up. If you don't like to dress up, that's fine. I'm not gonna pressure you and be like, well, you gotta look like me, or you gotta smell like me, or you gotta no, you do you. That's be yourself, like literally. And if anything, we should be teaching individuals around us and ourselves to just remain ourselves, our authentic selves, and then keep moving that route. So for me, I feel like peer pressure and pressure in general is a mindset. Sometimes is the mindset of, you know, who's better than, or the mindset of, and it's not literally just a mindset. It's also, it could be good and bad. It's good because it's teaching us and it's pushing us to get to the next level in our lives. It's helping us to be able to evolve in some way, shape, or form. But the bad side of it is when someone is not able to think and say to themselves, wait a minute, this pressure right here is not a pressure that I need. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to be pressured to be in this type of group setting or this type of friends or behave like these people. But I might need a pressure to maybe, if I don't take a shower every day, right? And then that's reaching. That's reaching, but I'm saying, like, if I don't take a shower every day, but I'm surrounded by a friend who's like, hey, listen, I take showers every day, I do this, I do that. So it's a pressure of like, okay, maybe staying clean, maybe paying attention to my body, paying attention to my health, paying attention to, you know what I mean? Certain stuff like that, or maybe growing in some way, shape, or form. Like, I like that type of pressure that's pushing you outside of the just the basic thinking, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. A couple of things that I kind of want to touch on that you all have mentioned. One is, so basically what we're saying is one way to combat or overcome or address various type of pressures is to have a sense of self, right? Like, know who you are and also have healthy boundaries, right? A lot of times we succumb to pressure because we don't have boundaries, or we have boundaries and we fail to enforce them. It could be at work. You start a new job and you have a mindset of how you want to, perform your duties, but, people, your coworkers feel differently. So you have to question whether or not, do I, fall in line and do what they doing, or do I perform my duties to the best of my abilities the way I was trained? Or if you're in a relationship, it could be intimate pressure, right? You don't want to have sex or be intimate, but your partner does, or just the values might be different, or just different issues in a relationship. And you might succumb to that pressure because, again, there's a lack of healthy boundaries and a way to effectively communicate our boundaries and deal with the choices. Well, I wouldn't say the choice, deal with the aftermath of people saying, I reject your boundary, right? So say, for example, I'm in a relationship and I tell my partner, hey, I don't like that, right? I can either A, succumb, B, like, oh, okay, well, we can compromise, or C, understand that they saying I reject that and be able to move forward. And I feel like because of the way the culture is changing, right? We're internet-based. Everything is on social media, right? It's almost like psychosocial, right? We see something, we want to be it, right? Just because we see so many people say, oh, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. Even though we may see it and be like, I don't like that. If enough people say, oh, that's lit, I like that, now we like it. You know what I'm saying? There isn't a I don't know what the word is, a separation, I guess, from understanding like who we are as an individual versus, oh, that may be for others, but it's not for me. You have different aesthetics, like the luxury aesthetic, the soft girl aesthetic. And a lot of these things, like Derek was saying, it's not attainable. Like we see what other people have, and like, oh, I want that so badly, but we don't know their struggle. All we see is a post. All we see is a trip, and it could be they're just posting the same trip, just cut up in different pieces, you know. So it's very, very hard when in today's generation, that's all you have. You know, we come from a different generation. For those of y'all who are watching and listening, you know, we're millennials, so our generation is a little bit different. The generations after us only have social media. And then the pandemic didn't help. You know what I'm saying? Everything was online. Everything was accessible. You know what I'm saying? So it's really hard to stand alone in the midst of being so accessible and being, I guess, a small fish in a big pond on social media. So I think what I'm trying to say is just like having a sense of self and healthy boundaries is really important, but it's hard to get there. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to succumb to peer pressure or the various type of pressures in order to build up that thick skin, understand who you are, understand what your boundaries are, and understand and recognize the red flags when you're faced in situations where you have to kind of like speak up and stand for yourself. Because like Derek said, like, he's a man, right? He's a grown man. He knows who he is. So he's not gonna let nobody try to
black grown
get
man. Yeah. I just had to
but he's not gonna let nobody try to pressure him, you know what I'm saying? Because he knows who he is. You know what I'm saying? But all of that takes time. And I think a lot of us have been in situations where we failed, we gave in, but we understood how that made us feel. And we realized like we don't want to go through that. You know what I'm saying? So it's really hard to try to impart wisdom on how to deal with pressure, because sometimes you gotta fail in order to succeed, or fail to know that don't really work for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want the luxury, but I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I got a penny in my account. Like, I can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of takes a little bit of that.
Yeah.
I understand that, but I also think that it's interesting how, like, what I'm trying to say is kind of like I said before in this podcast, I don't think age brings maturity, because there's people that are younger than us that literally, you know, who are able to say, that's not my fight. That's not something that I want to entertain. You know, like maybe, yeah, I've done it or I've seen it, and then I'm not going to enter that. But I also do believe that the mindset of individuals are corrupted currently, you know, and even before that, like they've been corrupted. But right now, with all the things that's going on, it's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of people that like to always cross other people's boundaries and purposely, you know, right?
I'm so glad you said that.
And I don't know why. To me, it's like, why do you feel comfortable triggering someone else just because you feel like you can? You know what I mean? Or because you have the upper hand, or because you feel like that's, you know, like, you know, the person want either fire back or anything like that, or you see them as a weaker link, if you know, lack of better words. It's just, to me, it's sad, because then that just shows me that mentally there's a lot of people that need, in all honesty, some people need healing. Some people need to reevaluate themselves. Because pressure is on so many levels. And nowadays, like you know, one of my kids told me that there's a elementary kid who committed suicide over, you know, the way certain friends were treating them. And I'm sitting there like, if you were in elementary, right? Yeah. And you already thinking, wow, this is so heavy for me to keep going forward. Lord, have mercy on us, because I don't know. Like, to me, that's why I said there's people that cross people's boundary all the time. And it's like, okay, yeah, what's your benefit? Like, what did you gain? You know, but I don't know. I'm gonna digress, because that is something that I don't think my energy needs to entertain any longer.
Right.
Yeah, that's heavy.
A mental health day, off day, a federal holiday for everybody. No, that's That is not Labor Day. That is Mental Health Day. Okay. We need it all off. Okay. No matter who you are, because you really do need that day. Like I was just talking to someone and a coworker, and he was like, how somebody already take off of work the next week ill, 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 ill. And I was like, yeah, shoot. You don't know. That might be mental health. You know what I mean? You never know what someone is going through and what their workload is. You get what I'm saying? We have our home life, we have our work life. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes it's a huge challenge to balance that. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like your kids is asking you for stuff at home, then you go to work and your kids is asking you for stuff at work. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, for real. And it's like, well, dang, you know what I mean? Can I have a day? And even the weekend is not enough for me right now.
Yeah.
I need Monday and Friday. Something, okay? Like it is so challenging. And sometimes I feel like the work, you know how we do the 5 days on, 2 days. Mm-mm. We need 4 days on, something different. You know, we in 2022. Let's do something different. You see what the pandemic did to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
pandemic got everybody lazy.
yes. But also our mindset.
Got
You
lazy.
hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Our mind. If your mind, the mind is a terrible thing to waste. That is what I've learned from a very early age. If you ain't got nothing up here, you are done. And so if you don't take the time that you got to learn and grow and learn, really learn from your mistakes while you can, while you are coherent enough to still understand, you have lost your chance. It just opportunity went, hey, what's up? Peace out. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's for me. And that's what I say to myself and remind myself to continue to stay motivated. Cause I know it's hard. I know it's hard. You know what I mean?
It
But
definitely is.
you really need like some tools to like, cause like Sierra, you said, like it takes a lot of time to get that tough skin to be able to say, you know what? I'm good on that. Y'all have fun. You let me know how it go. But I'm good. It really
Yeah.
does. It really does. And even when you do give people the tools for, you know what I'm saying? It's still like you can take it, you can leave it. You're still gonna want your experience. You're still gonna want to know. For you, some people they're hands-on learners. So it's like, okay.
Yeah, that's true. Well, with that being said, thanks again for watching A Million and One Story. We appreciate you guys turning in this time again. We are thankful for Derek for being part of our episode today. Thank you so much again for coming. Derek, do you have any words?
No, like I said, I appreciate y'all, you know what I mean, for having me. You know what I mean? Have a blessed day today. I know I have a real active day. I'm taking my athletes out. And yeah, and also I got a game today too. I really don't want to go, but
Go, you gotta go.
You have to.
though it was a bye week for our organization. I mean, for our league, it was a bye week for my team, but it's okay. It's okay.
Oh.
I'm just trying to keep the momentum going. So I got like a long afternoon and all the way into the day. I was trying to get some studying in, but I guess I'll do that later. But on the other note, like I said, I appreciate you guys having me, and you know, hopefully I'm be a part of the next podcast. And yeah, it's a lot of things that we can learn from each other, and I appreciate it today.
Most definitely. Thank you so much. So please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let us know what you think. How do you deal with peer pressure? What do you call peer pressure? How do you set boundaries? And who crossed those boundaries? Feel free to talk to us. Let us know how you feel. Thanks again. And you guys have a wonderful Sunday.
Peace out.
Bye.